Okay. Dentist. Sixth match of the practice block. This rep is the wall manipulation, breakdown, wall denial versus wall creation, because this ability is genuinely the hardest part of the kit to play correctly at tournament level. And it's where I see the most rank leaking from Dentist players who have everything else dialed. The wall manipulation is two abilities pretending to be one. Erasing a wall is one tool. Creating a wall is another tool. They look like a single ability slot, but they have completely different value calculations, and you should be making the choice between them every single time the cooldown comes up. Erase reads first. You erase a wall when the survivor is using a loop that depends on that specific wall as cover. They're running a corner, a building edge, a decked obstacle. Those loops have a load-bearing wall, and the wall is what makes the loop work. Delete the wall, the loop stops being a loop. It becomes open space. Open space is your geometry, not theirs. Erase reads are about identifying the load-bearing wall in the survivor's chase plan and removing it at the moment they're committed to using it. The timing on the erase is critical. Erase too early, and the survivor has time to recommit to a different loop. Erase at the right moment, and they hit a corner that no longer exists mid-stride, and the chase ends in a free swing window. You want to erase when the survivor's body is committed to the loop's geometry, meaning they're already past the point where they could reasonably abort and pick a different route. Create read second. You create a wall when the survivor's escape route is predictable enough that you can deny it before they commit. They're sprinting toward a window, a vault, an exit corridor. You place a wall on the destination, they hit the new wall, the escape stops being an escape. That's a denial play. It's slightly higher skill than erase because it requires you to predict the next 2 seconds of survivor pathing before they've fully committed to it. But the payoff is also higher because a denied escape forces the survivor into open space, which is your space. The choice between erase and create depends on what the survivor is doing versus what they are going to do. Erase is reactive to current commitments. Create is predictive of future commitments. High-rank Dentist play uses both, sometimes within the same chase, and the toggle between them is one of the harder skill expressions in the kit. The other mistake I see is wall manipulation on rotation. Don't use this ability on cooldown. Wait for the high impact moment. One good wall play per chase is plenty. It's not a continuous tool. If you use the wall play on rotation, you'll spend it on a wall that doesn't matter, and then when you need a wall play later in the chase, the cooldown is gone. Patience on the wall manipulation is the same patience you need on the rectangle. These are high-value, low-frequency tools. Respect them. That's compounded value. Against high-mobility survivors, wall plays are still good, but the math changes. A mercenary's grapple does not depend on standard wall geometry. The grapple has its own range and trajectory rules. So, erasing a wall doesn't necessarily disrupt the engage, but creating a wall in a mercenary's burst path absolutely does for high-mobility comps. Lean into create plays over erase plays. Reading my own wall mistakes, I had an erase play earlier that was technically correct, but badly timed. The wall I deleted was a load-bearing wall, but I deleted it a beat too early, and the survivor recommitted to a different loop on the next pallet. The wall play landed, but the chase didn't close because the timing was off. That's the kind of mistake that doesn't show up on the scoreboard, but absolutely costs me rank over the long run. Timing matters more than target. Choice on this ability, a wrongly timed correct target is worse than a correctly timed mediocre target, because the wrong timing gives the survivor a free read on your read. And a survivor who reads your read becomes harder to chase from that point forward in the match. And on the question of wall plays as information, every wall play tells the survivor something about your priorities. When you erase, they learn which walls you considered load-bearing. When you create, they learn which routes you considered escape paths. High-rank survivors will use that information against you in subsequent chases by intentionally avoiding walls you've shown interest in. So the wall plays are not free, even when they land. They leak information that the survivor team can use to build counter reads. Mix up your wall play patterns to avoid showing a consistent priority list across a match. Okay, closing this rep. Erase reactively to break committed loops, create predictively to deny escape routes, save the cooldown for high impact moments, memorize the map-specific load-bearing walls before the chase even starts. Clean overview for the wall manipulation topic, onto the next match, locked in. queuing up for the next rep of tonight's practice block.